Most men don't realize this, but the first hour after you wake up holds more power than you think. It's not just about getting out of bed or grabbing coffee. It's the hour that sets the tone for your energy, your focus, your blood flow, and even your sense of confidence. Every morning, your body chooses whether to perform at its best or slowly decline, and those choices begin before you've even left the bedroom. If you're in your 50s, 60s, or older, you might already feel the shift. You wake up feeling tired, your joints are stiff, your energy feels scattered, something feels off. And it's not just aging, it's not just testosterone. The real issue often starts with your circulation. A major study from Harvard found that over 80% of male performance problems aren't caused by low testosterone. They're caused by poor blood flow. And poor circulation doesn't begin with major events. It starts with small unnoticed habits, especially in your first waking hour. Think about that. What you do in those first 60 minutes can either build you up or wear you down, and the best part is those habits can be changed. Starting today, you don't need to rely on pills, you don't need fancy supplements or expensive gadgets. What you need is a clear, simple morning routine that helps your body breathe deeper, move better, and feel stronger. A routine that supports your blood vessels, balances your hormones, and restores your drive. One man I worked with, Joe, was 68. He came in feeling tired, disconnected, and unsure of himself. His words were simple: "I don't feel like me anymore." He missed the connection with his wife. He felt like his body was slowly shutting down. But after just 3 weeks of making changes to his morning, he felt alive again. He came back smiling, energized, and more connected than ever. His story isn't rare. Studies show that the right morning movement can increase nitric oxide in the blood. This boosts blood flow and reverses some of the damage in the blood vessels, even in later years. That small shift changing how you start your morning can create real change. And here's something even more serious. Erectile dysfunction is not just a bedroom issue. It's often an early warning sign. It usually appears 3 to 5 years before heart disease. That's right. Your performance is often a mirror of your cardiovascular health. By the time most men reach their 60s, their blood vessels lose more than 50% of their ability to expand. In your 20s, blood flow is strong and flexible. By 60, it's often cut in half. That means your body can't deliver oxygen or nutrients as it should. And no matter how much motivation or desire you have, your body just can't follow through. It's like a firefighter showing up ready to work, but the hose is twisted and there's barely any pressure. He wants to act, but he can't. That's what happens when blood flow is restricted. And that's why boosting desire alone doesn't solve the problem. The core issue is circulation. The good news is that blood vessels can repair. Your body can produce more nitric oxide. But you have to send the right signals, and the best time to do that is in the morning. In the next part, we'll walk through the exact steps of a morning routine that rebuilds your strength from the inside out. A method that supports your hormones, activates your circulation, and brings back the energy you used to feel, because change doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be consistent. And it starts with one morning, then another, until you start feeling like yourself again. Endothelial cells, the ones responsible for releasing nitric oxide, are incredibly responsive, especially in the morning. This matters because nitric oxide is the chemical switch that tells your blood vessels when to open, how wide to expand, and how efficiently to circulate blood throughout your body. Without it, everything slows down. Blood thickens, pressure rises, and your energy and performance take a hit. In the early morning hours, your body is biologically primed for action. Hormones like cortisol rise naturally to boost alertness and metabolism. Testosterone levels reach their daily peak between 6 and 9 a.m. Blood vessels are more sensitive and ready to respond to stimulation. Research confirms that specific morning habits can raise nitric oxide levels by 21% in just a few weeks. That means stronger circulation, sharper reflexes, and improved sexual function naturally. But by the time most men reach their 70s, nitric oxide levels can drop by as much as 75%. That decline isn't permanent. It can be reversed. With the right mix of movement, breathwork, and nutrition, the body begins to restore its own ability to generate nitric oxide. These methods form the foundation of a four-step morning routine that supports your vitality without relying on medications or artificial boosters. Before exploring that routine, there's something important to understand. Real change starts with how you think. If you've already accepted the idea that decline is inevitable, your body will follow that belief. But if you take the first hour of your morning seriously, it becomes your greatest chance to reclaim energy, clarity, and drive. Many men unknowingly start their mornings in ways that sabotage their progress. The routine feels harmless. Coffee, phone, quick breakfast, out the door. But over time, these habits slowly drain the body. Let me tell you a story that illustrates this clearly. Dr. Michael Harrison was a respected internist with over 30 years in clinical practice. For decades, his mornings followed a strict pattern. He rolled out of bed, had a cup of coffee, grabbed a piece of toast, showered, and rushed to work. No stretching, no movement, no mindful pause. By the time he turned 62, he felt mentally foggy by midday. His motivation had dipped, and his energy didn't last past lunch. At first, he thought it was just aging, but after reviewing his lab work and looking closely at his daily habits, he realized the truth. His morning routine, something he never questioned, was working against him. It wasn't supporting blood flow. It wasn't activating his hormones. It was draining his reserves before the day even began. Science backs this up. The body responds best to healthy input during the early hours. Clinical studies show that doing the exact same health routine in the morning can be up to 3 times more effective than doing it later in the day. Morning health interventions, movement, breathing, nutrition have a stronger impact when the body is already prepared to respond. Yet for most men, the start of the day looks very different. Eyes open. First instinct, grab the phone. A rush of notifications, news, or emails floods the brain and disrupts cortisol rhythm. Then comes coffee, often on an empty stomach. Maybe a sugary pastry or maybe nothing at all. No hydration, no fuel. And before any movement happens, it's straight to a chair car seat or office desk. This chain of events quietly creates a metabolic storm. Overnight dehydration makes the blood thicker. Stress from screen time and caffeine spikes cortisol. Lack of real nutrition triggers inflammation. And most damaging of all, you're still sitting. Beneath the surface, your heart is now working harder to move blood. Your vessels are narrowing instead of relaxing. The testosterone that was supposed to rise is blocked by stress hormones. Your nitric oxide can't activate fully, which means your circulation is already impaired and the day has barely begun. These habits don't just sap your energy. They affect your manhood, your performance, your confidence, your sense of vitality. But what happens if you shift those habits in the right direction? Let me share the story of Gordon, 66 years old, an accountant by profession. His mornings were quiet and structured, but rushed. A quick coffee, checking emails, a fast breakfast, then straight to work. He told me he often felt tired before lunchtime and emotionally distant from his partner by the evening. We didn't give him a full lifestyle overhaul, we just simplified things. He made 4 small changes. He stepped outside each morning for 10 minutes of sunlight. He practiced 5 minutes of slow, deep breathing. He did light stretching for his legs and hips, and he swapped his sugary breakfast for one rich in protein. Within just 3 weeks, everything began to shift. He no longer needed an alarm to wake up. His energy lasted throughout the day. His mood was steadier. He reconnected with his partner. His focus improved at work. He didn't feel like a different man. He felt like himself again. That's the power of morning done right. It doesn't require hours at the gym. It doesn't need supplements or complex routines. It just requires consistency, intention, and a willingness to treat your morning as the opportunity it truly is. When you give your body what it needs in that first hour, it remembers how to thrive, and it begins to show you every day what it's still capable of becoming. Within just 3 weeks, Gordon began waking up on his own without the need for an alarm. His energy was no longer dipping by midday. He noticed a stronger sense of drive, a deeper connection in his relationship, and a steadier, more balanced mood. But the real confirmation came in the numbers. His testosterone levels increased by 18%. His inflammation markers dropped by 30%. These weren't the results of massive lifestyle changes. They came from simple, focused actions repeated daily. The secret isn't in overhauling your entire life. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. You don't need to disappear to a meditation retreat. What matters is what you do in the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking. That early window is when your body is most responsive. If you support it properly, those benefits don't just appear, they build over time, stacking day by day until you feel a powerful shift from within. The foundation of this shift is a 4-step morning routine. It's short, it's simple, and when followed consistently, most men begin noticing results within the first week. Each step is designed to activate one of your body's key systems: testosterone, nitric oxide, and metabolic regulation. When done together, these steps create a compound effect that supports full body vitality. Step 1 is morning sunlight exposure. Spend 10 to 15 minutes outdoors within 1 hour of waking. Don't wear sunglasses. Don't sit behind a window. Direct exposure is what your body needs. Even on cloudy days, the brightness outside far exceeds what you get indoors. Outdoor light can reach over 10,000 lux, while most indoor lighting stays under 300. That sunlight acts like a switch. It resets your brain's internal clock, syncing your hormonal systems, testosterone, cortisol, melatonin, into their proper rhythms. Beyond that, natural light stimulates the release of nitric oxide directly through the skin and blood vessels. This opens up circulation throughout your body, including areas vital for male performance. One study showed men who received consistent morning sunlight increased their testosterone levels by up to 25% within 2 weeks. To multiply the impact, add light movement. A slow walk or some gentle stretching tells your system it's time to wake up, circulate, and deliver oxygen to your muscles. This simple addition enhances blood flow and helps the body transition smoothly from rest to action. Step 2 is diaphragmatic breathing. Set aside 5 minutes for slow, intentional belly breathing. The pace should be around 5 breaths per minute. Sit or lie down in a relaxed position. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds. Hold that breath for 2 seconds. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this rhythm. Your belly, not your chest, should rise and fall. That's how you know you're breathing from the diaphragm. This type of breathing calms the nervous system. It activates what's called the parasympathetic response, your body's natural recovery mode. It slows the heart rate, it lowers blood pressure. Most importantly, it reduces cortisol, the hormone that blocks testosterone. It also boosts nitric oxide levels in the nasal passages and lungs. As a result, blood vessels can expand by up to 20%, improving oxygen delivery across the body. Starting your morning with this kind of breathing sets a steady, grounded tone. It enhances hormone balance, it improves circulation, and it sharpens your focus without the jolt of caffeine or stress. Step 3 is a micro-set of strength-based movement. This isn't a full workout. It's a brief but focused reminder to your body that strength still matters. Choose one compound movement, an exercise that uses multiple muscle groups at once. This might be bodyweight squats, push-ups, or stepping up onto a stair. These movements stimulate testosterone in a way isolated exercises cannot. The key is form and control. Perform 8 to 12 repetitions at a slow, steady pace. Don't aim for fatigue, aim for activation. You should feel your muscles working but still be able to walk away without feeling drained. If standard push-ups are too difficult, use the wall. If squats feel unstable, hold on to a chair. You're not trying to build muscle mass. You're telling your body to stay strong, maintain circulation, and stay responsive to testosterone. Even 2 to 3 minutes of this kind of movement is enough to trigger a measurable rise in testosterone. Over time, that signal helps your body protect muscle tone, maintain metabolism, and sustain energy throughout the day. Each of these steps done in sequence supports a different system of your health. Sunlight resets your rhythms. Breathing calms your stress response. Movement activates your strength. These small efforts don't take long, but when practiced daily, they begin to restore balance from the inside out. They create a reliable, energizing start to your day that supports your body at every level: hormonal, circulatory, and mental, and all it takes is a decision to use your morning with intention. Step 4 in the morning routine is breakfast. Not just any breakfast, but one designed to support your testosterone production and circulation. The first meal of the day is about giving your body the raw materials it needs. Protein, healthy fats, and the right vitamins and minerals play a direct role in hormone creation. A good example is 2 or 3 scrambled eggs, a handful of spinach sauteed in olive oil, half an avocado, and a small side of berries, like blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. This kind of meal provides key nutrients like zinc and magnesium, which are critical for testosterone production and healthy blood flow. If you're not getting enough sunlight in the morning or your vitamin D levels are low, adding a vitamin D3 supplement between 800 and 2000 IU can make a noticeable difference. In men who are deficient, this one step alone has been shown to increase testosterone by up to 25%. When you bring all these elements together, they form a simple but powerful morning routine. It takes less than 30 minutes, but it sets the tone for the entire day. Each part targets circulation, hormone balance, and energy, all directly tied to your performance and long-term vitality. The ideal routine begins at 6:30 in the morning. Allow yourself to wake up naturally without the jolt of a loud alarm. Keep the room quiet and the phone out of reach. This helps your nervous system stay calm and allows your brain to remain in a state of balance. By 6:35, step outside and get direct exposure to morning sunlight. Don't look through a window, don't wear sunglasses. Walk slowly, even just around the driveway or backyard. This light exposure resets your circadian rhythm, improves dopamine and testosterone release, and helps your sleep-wake cycle stay in sync. At 6:45, take 5 minutes to practice deep, controlled breathing. Inhale through your nose for 6 seconds, hold for 2, and exhale through your mouth for another 6. Do this 5 times per minute. This process increases nitric oxide in your blood, reduces stress hormones, and promotes better blood flow throughout your body. At 6:50, move into a short burst of strength-focused movement. Choose one compound bodyweight exercise such as push-ups, squats, or stair step-ups. Perform 8 to 12 repetitions with steady control. If you have joint discomfort, adjust the movement by using a wall or holding onto a chair. You're not aiming to sweat. You're simply reminding your body to keep testosterone production active and efficient. By 6:55, it's time to eat. Prepare a balanced breakfast focused on hormone support. Eggs, sauteed greens, avocado, and berries are a reliable combination. Add a few nuts or a spoon of olive oil if you need more calories. If sunlight is limited in your area, take a vitamin D3 supplement with your meal. This meal isn't about cutting calories, it's about fueling your hormones. By 7:30, your body is fully engaged, your brain is clear. Your system is powered by natural energy, not caffeine or sugar. You've activated the core of your biological performance all in under an hour. James was 63 when he started following this protocol. He was a retired contractor who felt like he was fading. His energy was low, his mind was foggy, and his relationship had become distant. After 6 weeks of practicing this morning routine, his afternoons had energy again. He began fixing up his home. He reconnected with his partner. He said he felt 10 years younger, but more importantly, he felt like himself again. It wasn't because of a supplement or a medication. It was consistency. The daily decision to reset his body's rhythms and support its natural functions created real change. When circulation improves, energy returns. When energy returns, movement increases. With movement comes better eating, better sleep, and more trust in your body's signals. This becomes a feedback loop. Better blood flow creates more motivation. That leads to better testosterone balance. Within 12 weeks, many men see measurable changes in key biomarkers like free testosterone, morning energy, and insulin sensitivity levels, similar to men 10 or 15 years younger. The key is not intensity. The key is consistency. This routine isn't a shortcut, it's a realignment, a way to train your biology to stop working against you. The transformation doesn't begin with a dramatic shift. It begins quietly with small signals your body has been waiting to receive for years. When those signals come consistently, the body begins to trust itself again, and from there, strength returns, clarity returns. So does motivation, energy, and a deeper connection to who you are. A firmer step when you walk, deeper uninterrupted sleep through the night, a sharper sense of purpose when the day begins. These are the signs of real progress, not dramatic, not loud, but steady and strong. When you choose to commit to this routine each morning, you're not just doing something healthy, you're doing something powerful. You're no longer relying on pills or temporary solutions. You're sending a consistent signal to your nervous system, to your blood vessels, to your hormones, telling them that you still matter, that you're still here, and that your body is ready to respond. This is not a shortcut, it's a recalibration, a return to what your body has been capable of all along. By shifting what you do in the first 30 minutes of your day, you're restoring the balance that stress, age, and routine may have gradually pulled away. Blood starts to move more freely. Testosterone begins to climb naturally. Mental clarity sharpens. Energy builds without the need for caffeine or stimulation. And beyond all of that, something even more valuable begins to return: confidence. Confidence doesn't come back with a bang. It returns quietly. One morning at a time, one small shift at a time, until one day you notice the way you stand, the way you look your partner in the eyes, the way you see yourself in the mirror. You begin to feel connected again to your body, to your energy, and to the life you want to live. This is not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming control. True recovery doesn't come from looking backward. It comes from giving your body the right signals again and again until it catches on and begins to thrive. You've already seen the steps. They are simple, they are real, and they work, not instantly. But over days, over weeks, in a rhythm your body understands and welcomes. You don't have to be perfect. If you miss a minute, it doesn't matter. What matters is consistency, because consistency will always beat intensity. You don't need to do this routine perfectly every single day. But if you can do it right 80% of the time, your body will meet you the rest of the way. Your system will begin to reset. Your energy will return, and your best years won't be something you talk about in the past tense. They'll be the ones you live through now. It starts with one choice, one morning, one moment where you decide that you're ready to take your mornings back. This 4-step routine is not about doing more, it's about doing what works. Support your body the way it was designed to be supported. Give yourself the care and rhythm your biology has been craving, and let your strength return slowly and steadily day by day. When you show up for your body in the morning, your body will show up for you all day long. What begins as a habit becomes a foundation. What feels like effort becomes identity, and that identity carries strength, focus, and confidence into every part of your life. No gimmicks, no magic, just biology restored. Let each morning be your starting point, and let each day become a reflection of the power you're choosing to reclaim. This is where the shift begins, and this is how it continues. Quiet, simple, unshakable. Thank you for watching. Wishing you strength, energy, and great health each day. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to Healthy Hues Wellness. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. See you next time.